Yo, what is the deal, everybody? What is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Salute to everybody that's out there in the chat or otherwise. Get wasted with your brother, Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We were gonna do a late night waste, but because I was gonna go to this event with my wife, but I decided against it because I need to get I need to get this show on the road, man, because I got a lot going on tomorrow in the morning. So it's time to do the Bears versus the Raider breakdown, man. I got to get my piece. Salute to everybody in the chat. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Share this thing out to all social media. Oh my God. Whew. You guys know we don't cook unless there's 100 in the room. So share this thing out to all social media. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to my brother Hug D's, man. Salute to Paper Chase, Drew from the East, Rudy the Vet, Russo, Florida Raider. Oh my God, man. Yo, my man Hug D's, man, talking about my man is 168. That's crazy, man. Salute, bro. You did some major work, man. You got me inspired. My guy Shalib is in the place. We got over 100 in the room. Raider Bubba is in here, yo. Look, man. And salute to JT the Brick, man. Salute to all of them down there, down the dial, man. Salute to JT the Brick, man. We were on today. We had a nice conversation about what's going on in Raider Nation, man. I appreciate him for sharing his platform on a bi-weekly basis, man. And to be honest with you, man, it'd be great, man, if we could continue that relationship, man. It's a great relationship to have in this Raider ethos. And it's always good when we collaborate, man. So salute to my guy, JT the Brick, man. Now, I know a lot of you guys heard Chip Kelly speak, right? And before I pull it up, I kind of wanted to give my piece on the JPJ stuff. And I wanted to give my piece on what Chip Kelly said. I'm going to let you guys hear it soon. But, first and foremost, emotion is the enemy of reason, right? So, like a lot of the times when we're trying to contextualize what's happening with this team, we're fans first. I'm a fan first, right? So when they're not winning, when the team looks bad, whatever, sometimes I fly off the rails, right? But me getting some space between last week and this week going into the Bears game gave me some perspective, right? So I start thinking to myself, I said, man, they said the Raiders had a bad beat. And I look on Twitter this morning, and the Raiders are the only team to ever be scheduled to play against a team that played on Thursday night and had all that extended rest off a short week traveling east. So then I'm like, well, that has a lot to do with what we saw out there, right? Then the Jackson Powers Johnson situation. You sit there and you think, man, does he hate this kid? Does he not like him? What's going on? And then I say to myself, the kid has had, and I said this on my show last week, but I really had to think about it. This is a young man who has had a lot of head injuries. So putting him right back out on the field probably wouldn't be the smartest thing from a head injury perspective, right? Because you want to think about the whole person, not just the football player, but the person, right? We live in a world where, CTE is a real thing, right? Your post-life, football life, and career and quality of life are things that are definite issues, right? We just saw a player, that I remember watching, hell of a player, Rudy Johnson, just, and I don't know if it has anything to do with CTE because they would have to examine his brain after his death. Rudy Johnson, rest in peace, unalived himself the other day. And this is the world we live in, right? So then I think to myself, short week, some bad tackling. Okay. These guys are human beings, right? Then start thinking about the Jackson Powers Johnson thing and him not being center. And me, do I feel like he should be center? Yeah. Do you feel like that? Yeah. And this is based off of what we've seen, right? But we're not in the building. So then I start thinking to myself, yo, I need to hear an explanation. Not fluff, but I needed a real explanation of why he's not playing. And then I start thinking to myself about last year. Last year, JPJ started out as a guard. He started out as a guard. And then I went back. Somebody posted it. I don't know if it was Jesse Merrick or one of those guys, man, or Mo. But somebody posted when he was on Max's show last year talking about, I think it might have been Mo Moten. Salute to Mo. But they were talking about how him even getting on the field as a center last year came to be. He had to really like gangster his way into being a center. So the last regime wanted him at guard as well, right? So then that brings me to some of the rhetoric that Chip Kelly had. And you know what? I think it's time, because it's before we really talk about this, I think that it is time to, you know, unpack that. It's time to unpack that, right? It's time to unpack that. So hold on, guys.
Jordan's doing at center, because Jordan did a better job in preseason camp at playing center for us in terms of what we want call wise, putting us in the right protections, doing all those things. I think Jordan's what you're looking for in the center in this league. He reminds me a little bit, I'm not going to say he is, but he reminds me a lot of Jason Kelce that I had when I was in Philly. He's got a long way to go. Jason's a Hall of Famer, but he's that type of player. We're really excited about what Jordan's doing at center.
Okay.
Because Jordan did a better job in preseason camp at playing center for us.
So, all right. So right there, you just heard, right? He's more what we're looking for call-wise, right? So that's not something that you can dismiss, right? That's not something that you could dismiss. He's more what we're looking for call-wise. Now, how that resonates to me is you can have a big, strong quarterback, right? You can have this guy that's physically talented. He can throw the ball a mile, right? i.e. Joe Milton. Then you can have a quarterback that understands, he gets it. He throws with touch. He understands how to move the offense. He knows how to get you in and out of bad plays, right? He's more responsible with the football. I think that might be the prism they're looking at. And I got to give them the benefit of the doubt. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? So now I'm sitting up here and it makes some kind of sense to me. Their mindset makes sense to what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I agree? No, but this is the funny thing, bro. I don't need to agree with it. They do. They're the ones who are with the players. They're the ones who are there in the building every day. But what I don't think is, I don't think that it's some kind of referendum against this kid when it comes to Chip. Now, when it comes to Pete Carroll, some of the things that Pete Carroll have said to me, it raises an eyebrow for me. It raises an eyebrow because I wonder why, and maybe it's because of people, you know, Jackson Powers Johnson is the only lineman that people are questioning Pete about, right? Maybe that's what it is. But it seems to me that everyone else's spots are solidified and JPJ is competing with Alex Kappa. Now, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. It don't make no sense to me at all, right? And the thing is, the person who needs to be competing for his job is Dylan Parham. Dylan Parham should be the guy that is competing for his job. Because when you start looking at what was done and not for nothing, you know, DJ Glaze too. DJ Glaze had a horrendous game last week. Now, what we got to do is we have to judge the season in quarters. And I've been saying this the whole season. People ask, they say, hey, Wasted, man, what do you think the record's going to be? How do you think this, that, the third? Me, I judge the season in quadrants. We are going into our fourth game. And I think that is a humongous test and the testament to exactly what's going on here. That is exactly what's going on here. Because, listen, 1-3 and 2-2 are monumentally different things. And I know it doesn't sound like you said, hey, man, it's one more game, right? Yo, no, the Raiders are going into a situation now where if they go down 1-3, they have a 15% chance of making the playoffs since 1990, right? If they're 2-2, that percentage goes up mightily. It's between 50 and 60% that they make a playoff team. So, look, what I'm going to do is I am going to sit back, I'm going to watch, and I want to see if there's a marketable improvement for this offensive line with that reasoning, right? But at the end of the day, that reasoning could Pearl Harbor the season. We need to see. Now, Jackson Powers Johnson in any form, fashion needs to be on the field. And if there's ever a metric where he's not, that is a problem for me. Because I know darn well, man, darn well, I know that Jackson Powers Johnson is one of the best offensive linemen for the Raiders. This is what I know. This is what I know, right? So, listen, you guys heard me on JT the Brick earlier. We got to take a measured approach about this, right? But anybody that's a fan of the Raiders that has an issue with what's going on, y'all have the right to. Y'all definitely had a right to, bro. Like, listen, the tickets cost a lot of money, man. Look, even for me, right? I've been in the stadium several times and attended games several times, right? But I'm fortunate enough to be able to afford it. There are a lot of people who this is the biggest thing that they do all year, going to watch a Raider game in Las Vegas, right? And nobody wants to go out there and get a losing product, bro. So any of y'all, yo, and I said the same thing earlier, right? And I've been saying this. We might not know more than the coaches. We might not know more than the players. We might not know more than the coordinators. But what we do know is we know what losing looks like. We know what ineptitude looks like. And guess what? When it gets in the water, Raider fans are like, whoa, what the hell is this? This was not supposed to happen. So from an optics standpoint, this is a humongously important game. This game is beyond just important, bro. This game is vital for the Raiders. Tremendously vital. Now, look, man. We're going into this game. We're going to break down the Chicago game. I'm gonna allow the coaching staff some grace because it's very, very early in the season. But what I will never do is get on this airwave, and a lot of y'all not gonna do it. So listen to me. Let's go out there. Let's support the team. Let's continue to support the team, right? But yo, if this thing takes a turn for the worse, you're going to get an honest assessment from me. I'm telling you that right now. You're getting an honest assessment from me. And, yo, I will be out in Las Vegas, next month. I will be out there next month, right? So, because I got some things cooking out there. I'm going to be out there. Look, I'm waiting for a few things because I want to bring my daughter with me. I'm waiting for her to come back from college. But I'm telling you right now, yo, it better be up. That's all I'm saying to y'all. But salute to everybody in the chat, man. Salute. Hold on, man. Let me read some of these supers, yo. My guy, Accelerator, sober 18 years, yet still wasted. Yo, salute to Accelerator, man. Appreciate you for always showing support to the channel. And yo, God bless you on your journey of staying sober. That's amazing. That is amazing, yo. Real rap. Salute to the flying wonderful Raider Deb. Crazy difference from how I felt about, you know, the season and staff from early September till now. This drama between JPJ and Pete still drives me nuts. Still have faith. I don't necessarily know if it's a drama. Like, coaches have the right to play who they need to. Now, we're just going off of our football IQ. A lot of us feel like JPJ last year played terrific and he cooked, right? A lot of us feel like JPJ should be the center, right? I'm not gonna walk that back. I do, but right, I can't sit up here, you know, in week 4 and Jackson Powers Johnson not playing last week, which is a huge deal for that entire group, and sit up here and crap all over the fact of what they're trying to do. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let the Hall of Fame coach cook, right? Because the one thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to be on the wrong side of this, right? I don't ever want to be on the wrong side of this, right? It's a long season. It is a long season. That's how the NFL is. It is a long season. We say it's a week-to-week league. Let's see what this thing looks like in 2 to 3 weeks. But I think most of the problem with the offensive line largely is not Jordan Meredith. You know what I mean? And it's not Jackson Powers Johnson. And it's not Colton Miller. The 2 biggest problems on his line have been DJ Glaze and they have been Dylan Parham. And I wonder why that is not being addressed in the media and is not being talked about enough. It's not being talked about enough, man. Like, let's be for real here. Let's be for real here, yo. Salute to everybody out there, man. Well, what is going on here? We only got 300 in the room today. I think because I changed the show time, man. Y'all gotta do me a favor, man. Y'all gotta share this thing out to all social media, yo. Salute to the flying wonderful Key. You drinking Dunkin' late in the day? Why? Because Key, I gotta stay up. I gotta stay up, man. Like, I'm tired. I am tired. I had to get, I need me a little boost. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the flying wonderful Key. My dog, Rudy the Vet Russo. Wait, Brat? Oh, you tripping, yo. He said, what up, blood? They got smashed in DC. A tight game, tough loss. Would have been one thing if they looked horrible. Look, bro, that was a bad beat regardless. That was a monumental task regardless for them to go out there and win that game, bro. We know that. Like, yo, let's take me taking the emotion out of it, right? Because I've had time to sit with that loss. I've had time to think about this. Yo, that's a monumental task, bro. A monumental task. And yo, my guy Alpha Omega, yes, you are now rocking with the best. What it is, man. Oh my God, man. Dan Tesser, wasted coffee getter, probably not home. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo, I'm telling you right now. Nah, you know what's funny? Like, I had to rush in the house to be on time for the show. I just stopped and grabbed me a cup. I have a cup of coffee all day. I needed one, man. But let's get into breaking the game down, right? Because we haven't been doing enough of that lately, right? Let's talk about some real ball. And hold on, Simple AF. Pause. Drinking Dunkin' Viagra to stay up. Whoa. Listen, don't you come in here with your crap, Simple AF. This is a family show with your nonsense. The F is wrong with you. And let me tell you something. I have no problem in that area, man. You better get the F up out of here.
Man, you a bitch.
I mean, my God, Simple AF. You about to get unceremoniously blocked. We ain't trying to keep this show on the damn tracks. And here you come with this filth. Oh, my God, man. But no, look. Hold on, man. Yo, my bad Alpha in the place, though, man. But yo, look, man, let's get into it, man. Wait, my guy Bo Rock. I just finished watching our boy Sanjeev's breakdown in the O-line. And yeah, Houston, we got a problem. Bro, look. I'm gonna be real with you, right? Like, I didn't watch it because I normally just watch. I don't really watch a lot of other people. I don't have the time, right? I've been at work all day. I've been in meetings and stuff all day, right? But what I would tell you is this, right? Lincoln Kennedy really, really spoke, about, spacing. He spoke about, us being in the shotgun too much. And it makes a lot of sense to me right now. I wonder whether the Raiders are going to be able to make those adjustments. And it seems like, when we talk about beef, who's being called out, you got to look none other than, with Pete Carroll. He didn't call Chip out, but I think there's going to be some adjustments with the way the spacing is offensively. I think Chip Kelly is also adjusting. I feel like Ashton Jeanty is adjusting. I feel like Chip is adjusting. And I feel like Geno hit the nail on the head during the presser when he was saying we got to help Ashton out because he's a rookie, bro. He's a phenomenal rookie, but he is a rookie and he needs help. And this is week 4, and the story has not been written on his season. I'll be real with you, man. Salute to my guy Hug D's, man. Wasted. I too suffer from tired afternoons. We about the same age. Seriously. Start sweating and kicking your own butt. It's time. Summer body starting to fall, bro. Love you. Make time for yourself. Oh, no, you already know. Hey, Rudy, Rudy, but Hug, what's funny, man? As soon as I get off the air, I'm going to go to the gym. As soon as I get off I've been getting up in the morning and going too, bro. I'm trying to get back to, how I used to do. Trying to get back how I used to do, man. Yeah, look, I'm not getting old on y'all yet, bro. Don't let the gray hair fool you. He said Geno is going to take more snaps under center. It sets Jenny up better for the run and where he's not running uphill. And that's a fact. Look, what I think the Raiders need to do just from, my experience, right? And this might be, some old man football. I think the Raiders need to invest in trying to see whether we always talk about getting Laki Tassi out there, right? You have a guy that's a rugby guy, right? That is a big dude. Get him at fullback a couple of times. Bring Laki Tassi in. You don't have to have people talk about starting him at guard. He doesn't necessarily need to be a guard, but maybe you can bring the guy in to be like a tight end or something like that, a blocking tight end, like almost the way the Raiders in 2016 used to use Lee Smith. Almost in that fashion. But yo, shout out to my guy Anthony Cabrera, man. Yo, I'm in a place to be. Y'all better pay y'all bar tabs. I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow. F all this BS. Let's F and go, Raiders. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Let's go get this dub. I really feel like the Raiders have a very, very great chance to win this football game. And I know people are like, oh, they look like terrible. No, they can win this game, bro. They really, really can win this game. Look, check this out. Check this out. There is a lot going on to why we feel like our Raiders can get this going, right? And it starts up front, bro. It starts up front. It starts with the Raiders not being predictable. The Raiders have been a super predictable offense, right? And also beyond that, right? They're home. They're rested, right? They got enough rest. And look, somebody says they can lose too. Like, what the F are you talking about, coach? Of course they can lose. It's a coin flip. You either lose or win. The F are you talking about, bro? But when you start talking about the Raiders, right, they're going up against a situation where the Chicago Bears is a top 10 scoring offense, right? But they're one of the worst defenses in the National Football League, and they're particularly bad against the run. So this can be an Ashton Jeanty special. Ashton Jeanty special, bro. This is one of those games that, you need to get into a conventional offense and run the ball down their effing throats. It's enough of this crap. It's enough of this. Hug D's. Dan Tessa, the shotgun becomes predictable, and edge rushers can pin their ears back and use it less bend. Under center, more, it would keep opposing defenses honest. Yes. Like, bro, sometimes some of these NFL offenses, they try to get too cute, bro. Like, just play base offense, base defense sometimes. You got to keep these teams honest. You got to keep these teams all honest, man. You got to keep these teams honest. Now, listen, when I sit up in here and I'm looking at this team, right, and I start breaking this down, I'm looking, right? And then I start looking at Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams last week had an impressive outing, bro. Caleb Williams looked great last week. And a lot of what Caleb Williams was able to do is, one, he's starting to buy in. He's starting to understand how to run an NFL offense, and they protected him too, man. The one thing that I want to see the Raiders do this offseason, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be pissed if they don't. They need to go out in free agency in a real way and address this line. It'd be cool if they go get some guys in the draft, but I want people like right now that I know can play at a high level on that offensive line. And if you look at what the Raiders did in 2016, we talked about this earlier as well, right? 2016, the Raiders went out there, they went and got Huddy in free agency, right? That was addition by subtraction. A Kansas City Chiefs starter, we took him, opened him with open arms. Thank you very much. Kelechi Osemele brought him in. Donald Penn brought him in. Gabe Jackson, that's your kid you drafted, Gabe Jackson. And then went out there from the Jets and got Austin Howard. Listen, the Raiders, for me, right, need to definitely in free agency take some of that $144 million they're going to have and invest it strictly in the offensive line, man. Now, look, the problem with the Bears, and this is how I see it, they are terrible against the run. And us as a team, we are struggling to score points. We are 17.7 points per game. We've been pretty bad in the red zone. I think just what the doctor ordered is to get into your conventional offense and run the ball. Run the ball. Make a commitment to running the ball. Get into a base set. Go out there and bring an extra blocker in there and really commit to playing some physical ball against a lacking run defense. We got to get out there and we got to score the football early and often so the Raiders can continue to have balance. Because if you commit to the run and you get down, then now you got to commit to the pass the whole damn game, man. Hug these. Gino needs to understand that if a linebacker is close to the line, Parham outside, letting him free, the QB keep that shit. If I'm lying, I'm dying. That's a fact, man. Shout out to my guy, Just Win, baby, man. Salute to my guy at Raider Nation Unlimited, feature Wasted Talent. Great takes on JT the Brick Show. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Alpha Omega can't be running base defense anymore. PG needs to switch it up so our secondary doesn't get burnt. Like, bro, look, the Bears are an explosive offense, but the thing is that with Ben Johnson, he is going to exploit how predictable the Raiders have been, man. He's going to try to exploit that. You got to get to a situation where that front four starts doing their job, man. Now, the Raiders have had inconsistent results at home. We are 1-point favorites in this game. It's not necessarily a situation where, the home field has been a godsend for us. It really hasn't. We got to start to establish that, man. We definitely need to start to establish that, man. Now, Ben Johnson has come in and turned this situation around. Last week, Caleb Williams, 67.9 completion percentage, man. 298 yards, 4 touchdowns, a career high 142.6 QBR. But the thing is, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? And this is where the Raiders come in to try to change what's going on with Caleb. This is a Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson special, bro. Special. Because listen, man, last week was the first week in Caleb Williams' career where he didn't get sacked. Thing about the Raiders is the Raiders have a league record. I think we have 38 or 39 games in a row where the Raiders record a sack. This team gets after the quarterback, and it needs to continue in a real way, man. Yo, salute to my guy, Just Raiders, baby, becoming a member of the channel, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. My guy, Aguirre's Baja Steam Limpreza. I don't even know what that even means, but salute to you, bro. If you don't have a decent O-line/D-line, you were trash. Thornton Jr. was talked in the preseason as a real weapon. Where the hell is he? The bust of Tyree Wilson was playing great in the preseason. Bro, you gotta understand something. And I'm gonna be real with you. Dante Thornton Jr. is a physical marble, right? Looks the part and everything. But the delineation between him being Randy Moss and the people that they compare him to is knowing how to get that release off the line of scrimmage. He's a rookie. He got to learn. He's got to learn. And it's the beginning of the season, and you got to give the quarterback time, and they have to have a situation where plays are able to develop down the field, and they have to have a balanced offense. It's not, it's more than just, you know, Dante Thornton going out there. Like, if you look at what's happening with Trey Tucker, right? Trey Tucker is able to cook because of the fact that he had that tutelage from Devontae Adams. He's able to cook because he's had those years in the league where he understands exactly what's going on, man. I mean, I don't know what you guys expect a young fella, man. Abstract Raider with the $5 holler, man. Appreciate you, man. You can make Parham and Kappa moderators and they still wouldn't be able to block anyone. Yo, y'all are wrong, man. Y'all are wrong, man. Salute, yo. Oh, my God, man. Yo, my God, get your chill. If PG insists on running a cover 3, then he's got to know BJ is going to try to exploit those seams, rely on Max to get pressure and force a scramble. So we got to watch the flats. We got this game. And listen, you want to get Caleb Williams into a situation where he has to run outside of his comfort zone in his pocket. Caleb Williams is a guy that has a lot of talent. He's a guy that can throw the ball across his body. He's also a guy who makes a lot of mistakes doing stuff like that. He makes a lot of mistakes. You have to hit Caleb Williams, yo. But this is not, it's not just up to Max. It's not just up to Max, man. Like, yo, these other guys on the defensive line got to step up, man. I'm tired of everybody putting everything on one particular player, bro. It's time for these dudes to step up front. It's time for Patrick Graham to find ways to dial up pressure other than just with Max. Yo, this is a Jamal Adams special. It's a Jamal Adams special, man. Salute. I'm looking at it this way. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Third time, I'm calling us cooked. Win or Hug is on hiatus. And Hug, I feel you, bro. And that's your right. That's your right, bro. Like, listen, man. I am not going to tell people to not feel the way they want to, bro. I can't do that. I can't do that because, yo, it's ebbs and the flows with me. With me, I just know that I'm not going to stop watching the team, bro. I know I'm not going to stop, coming on here and creating content. I'm not going to stop watching the Raiders. I never have, bro. I've watched every single game, bro, since I've been an adult. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, yo, you guys got to curate. I know a lot of people are fed up, and the team got to do something about it. I'm not making light of that, bro. I'm not making light. The team has to stop the bleeding, bro. It definitely does. But you think them guys in the building don't want to win too? They want to win too, bro. They're out there getting paid. They're out there risking their bodies, their life. This is their life. This is their legacy. These guys want to win. The thing about it is that, yo, they got to be put in a position to be successful. And that's the thing that we have to understand, whether this coaching staff and whether this front office has the ability to do. And this is the thing. We'll Hug these. He goes, I'll still watch. I'm lying. I'm maniacal like that. But I got to threaten. It's like when you threaten your kids. You threaten your kids, you be playing around them. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, you ain't going to. It's like, bro, man. You know how I mean? My daughters, bro, I ain't never, man, never laid a hand on my kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I got girls. I don't have any sons, right? But I never lay a hand on my girls, man. They older now. But, bro, when they were little, man, I'm like, man, don't make me come downstairs. I ain't going to do nothing, man. My wife talking that, wait till your father get home. For what? For me to pick him up and hug him and kiss him, I ain't going to do nothing about it. Man, I probably would have been different if I had sons, though. Yeah, man. All we do is just threaten, man. We diehards up in here, man. When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud. And no matter what, we should support our team and show up every week. Bo Rock, listen, man, there are a lot of people that's not built like that anymore, right? Like people that come from my era, your era, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. We in an era now where it's instant gratification. Like people don't have a love for things anymore, yo. And I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen Deion Sanders speak about this, right? And it's very, very poignant, bro. He says today people don't love things; they just like them. Everything's like, you know, you go on Instagram, you like the picture, you know, you go on X, right? You go on, you know, TikTok, whatever, and you just like things. People don't love them, right? And then there are a lot of people who never saw the good times, and the Raiders don't have the equity built with people who didn't see the good times. You got a lot of fans that here who don't remember Rich Gannon playing for the Raiders. They don't remember when Jerry Rice and Tim Brown was playing for us. They don't remember Charlie Gardner and Napoleon Kaufman. They don't remember Bo and Marcus Allen. They don't remember none of that. They don't remember the Hostetler years and James Jett. And they don't remember back Steve Berline and all of them. And they don't remember that, bro. Or you can go back to Plunkett and Stabler and all of these guys. They don't remember that. And I can't get mad at them. I can't get mad at these people. But what I would tell you is this, man. This is going to be a process. But not for nothing, bro. I want to see results. And the Raider organization, listen, they watch this podcast. They know. It was some goofy on to say, all the podcasters think they watch. I'm like, bro, this ain't your normal Raider podcast. They definitely watch They Wasted One. And I'm telling you right now, yo, we're going to hold the Raiders and the brass and everybody in the building accountable if things go off the rails. But I had to think about this because that's how I operate. I'm a thinker. I don't just react. You know what I mean? Sometimes I do because I'm a human being. But when I think, I say, man, listen, bro, it's week 4. It's week 4. It's a home game. Look, man, let's get out there. Let's support the team. Let's hope they win. And like, even if they don't, right, what does it look like? Right? Because what it looked like last week, it looked horrendous last week. And guess what? When it looks horrendous, we're gonna call it like we see it over here. I mean, that's what we do, right? Get your chill. People expecting the staff to make a gourmet meal out of shit. We've been knew this O-line was suspect. Get a guy's time. Now, look, no. I'm not going to say that the O-line was terrible. Last year, this O-line was ranked 18th in the league, right? And I think with this organization and what this coaching staff has to prove is that the adjustments that Brendan Carroll made were the right ones. Because these are the same cast of characters, barring one guy, right? And it's pretty much they just shuffled people around. Now it's the same. No, it's actually the same. Just the same exact line. They just shuffled them around in different places. And we got to, you know, they have to prove that what they think was the right thing to do is the right thing to do. Because this line wasn't no world beaters. They weren't the Hogs, right? They weren't the old Raider lines, but they got it done to a point where you can at least craft the damn offensive game plan. I'm telling you right now, my guy Pessimistic Frank is in a place, man. Raiders, F the O-line, prayers. What it is, bro, getting his working at the gym. Salute chat. What it is, my guy, Big Mike Raider is in a place, man. My dog Solly, too, is up in a place. I got to sit on Mount Davis and watch Gannon cook, bro. Good times are coming. We just got to keep the faith and put out the good vibes. We winning this weekend, bro. And, yo, I've always been somebody who speaks positivity, right? Because when you speak positivity, that energy goes places, bro. It goes places. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. I don't know how much more positive I can be if they don't win this week. They got to win this week, bro. They got to win, bro. Skylar Millsap, I'm 33 years old. The Raiders have sucked for 80% of my life. It's different for younger fans. Y'all older fans actually saw a victory. But at least us younger fans are still here. And I give you respect and credit, bro. And, yo, we won 4 games and we were ranked 18th. But the thing is that a lot of them losses last year, if you look at it, it wasn't because of the offensive line. Like, the thing for me that made me hopeful, right, was that it wasn't the offensive line. It was a lot of other reasons we lost, especially under center. Telling you right now. Telling you right now. Yeah, we need to change the scheme up. They don't get zone blocking. We tried it last year with Getsy and Philbin changed it, and we took over, and it looked better. Parham needs to go. Anywhere else is better. And yo, look, man, I think that after this week, and I think it right now, I think Joe Philbin is definitely somebody who definitely needs to be, in Pete Carroll's ear, bro. He definitely does. Now, look, let's go over this. Let's go over the injury report, man. Right? Because we got the Wednesday injury report, right? And we're gonna continue to see how this thing, goes, right? Let's check out this injury report, and then we gonna get to it, man. I mean, look, I'll tell you what, though, man. Dennis Allen, man, I'm telling you, it's like the land of misfit toys out here. We keep going against ex-coaches and the media and all this other crap. It's crazy, man. Man, telling you right now, man. But see, the thing is this, man. We start talking about, hold on, man. We got to get the injury report. We're going to get back into it, man. My bad, y'all. My bad. My bad. Yeah, we got the injury report coming up for y'all, and we're going to get into it, man. Okay, for the Raiders, right? We have Brock Bowers still in the injury report. He's wearing that knee brace. He was a full participant. You have DeCameron Richardson, who's, hasn't practiced. DCam has a bad strain, man. DCam has a bad strain, man. I don't really necessarily know what's going on with him. I really wanted to see DeCameron Richardson get out there and see what he had and see what he was made of this year, man. Because, DeCameron Richardson, bro, is a guy that kind of fits the Pete Carroll situation, man. He's a big, rangy guy, man. But, yeah, DCam, limited practice, man. So we got to see what's going on with him. Michael Mayer, man, unfortunately, has a concussion. He did not practice. It looks like it was pretty damn serious, man. Salute to our guy, man, Big Mike. And Jeremy Chin, pectoral muscle. He was limited practice on Wednesday, full practice on Thursday. So it's looking like I got Jeremy Chin's going to be out there. Now, when it comes to the Bears got a lot of guys out, man. DeAndre Swift, limited practice Thursday. We do not know whether DeAndre Swift is going to play. DeMarco Jackson, full practice with the hamstring at linebacker. Jalen Jones, DB, limited practice. Man, Darnell Wright, their young stud lineman, man, did not practice. Colston Loveland did not practice. Grady Jarrett, the big defensive tackle, did not practice. Kyler Gordon, DB, did not practice, and TJ Edwards did not practice on Thursday. Now, let me tell you something. Normally, when people don't practice Thursday, normally means they're trending towards not playing, man. That's going to be huge, man. That is going to be a huge, huge deal, man. My guy, Mark M. The nation is upset mainly because we thought we were done with bad football. With all that being said, you will never catch me in any colors other than silver and black. Well, Mark M., I want to ask you a question. Do I look like you? Do I look like you? The fuck are you talking about? I felt like wearing this today. Yeah, I hate when people try to come here and try to dictate how I move, man. Get the fuck up out of here with that. Sorry, I know it's a family show. But you know what?
Shut your lame ass.
The F up out of here. Tell me what the effing do. Wasted talent. Tell you something, man. The fashion plate. I always wear what the F I want. You might catch me with a fly suit on. You might catch me with that shit on. You might catch me with a hip-hop shirt on. You might catch me with anything. But just know something. I don't ask you a goddamn thing. The F is wrong with you. It's like, goddamn. I just want to know where you got it. I think it's just fire, unexpected. Yo, look, man. So not Wasted being generic again. He's telling you what to do, Wasted. He's saying he's mad at the Raiders, but him personally, he'll only ever wear it. You get the F up out of here. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You know, everybody, every time I wear this red Raider hat, or I wear like a red hoodie or a blue hoodie, I always get listen, sometimes I want to wear something else. The F up out of here. Tell me what the F to do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. LV, he said, shit, I got green Raiders hats. I got blue Raiders hats. I got a cream Raider hat. What we talking about here, bro? I got a neon green Raider hat. I got a Raider hat that looks like a Hawaiian shirt. What the fuck? What are we talking about? Get the fuck out of here with that. I got a Raider bucket that looks crazy. Wait, thank you, bro. I got every color Raider hat. The thing with me is, does it say Raiders? That's it. F up out of here with your crap. See, I wanted this to be a professional show. And here you guys go, have me going off the rails again. I mean, my God. And Daniel Smith, you about to be unceremoniously blocked talking about my underwear. You done pissed me off. I was fine. This was a great show. And here you go pissing me off about what I got on. Let's get back to the effing show. What's wrong with y'all, man? Wait, so what I think our number one need is next season, bro, it's nuanced, bro, because right now, right, it's like a tie between the offensive line and really, I would say the offensive line, right? It's the offensive line is second to secondary, right? Because the secondary has been doing okay. But I would say the offensive line is our number one need as of right now. Right now, the thing is, if there's a quarterback available and we pick high enough, if the season goes off the rails and the Raiders are like picking in the top 5 or something like that, this is a pretty good quarterback draft coming up, right? And even though we do have Geno, you might not have another bite at the apple. So you probably want to draft a quarterback of the future and then start, transitioning there. No, bro, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. It's all good. I love the Raiders too, bro. We all love the Raiders, bro. And that's the thing that the thing that we gotta all realize, right, is that I can't tell you how to rate her, right? Can't tell nobody how to rate her, right? Like that's the thing, right? As long as you're not, switching teams and stuff like that. Yeah. The thing about what I've come to realize is, right, and through just some reflection this week, right? Because I gotta sit back and I gotta watch, right? I don't really worry about what nobody else do on their channels or on their little platforms or whatever. I don't worry about that because it has nothing to do with me, right? But I think it's dangerous for us to be hyperbolic now. We can voice our displeasure, right? But it's dangerous for us to like call for people's jobs and stuff like that, bro, because that shit doesn't happen in a vacuum. Like when Josh McDaniels was here, I didn't do that either. I never do that. Anybody, like, it's some goofball in my chat now talking about, yo, you cleaned it up and this, that, and the third. I'm saying the same thing I always say. Yo, when Josh McDaniels was here, I said, let's wait and see. Let's give him a chance. Did I not say that? Anybody that's been watching me for a long time, right? Anybody has been watching me for a long time, right? What did I say when Josh McDaniels was here? What did I say? What did I say? I say, yo, we have to be measured. I'm not going to sit up here and say, yo, get him out of here. He's a bum, all this. I'm not going to do that. That is not me, bro. I'm not going to do that because to me, that's irresponsible. That's irresponsible, bro. Thank you. Yeah, and then as it went on, yeah, they fucking up. And then we got to be honest. Yeah, Thursday Night Football must be sponsored. But yo, this is the thing, right? Yeah, R. Gonzalez. I said give them time until we sucked and I blew my top. And that's fair. And let me tell you something. If it happens again, I'm going to do the same thing, bro. Because no matter what, right? No matter what opportunity comes my way, by rights of me being a Raider pundit or podcast or whatever you want to call me, right? The first thing comes first with me. It's my fandom and my love for the team. That comes first because before there was a YouTube, before there was any of this stuff, I was a Raider fan. Before we had iPhones, before we had any of this shit, I was a Raider fan. I was a Raider fan, bro. And that's not going to change. And guess what? Look, I love the team. I love doing this, right? But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to continue to be a fan of my team. I'm going to support my team, bro, until I'm no longer here. Seriously. You know what I mean? Look, I've been very blessed in my life, man. I have a great career. I got a beautiful family, bro. You know what I mean? A beautiful home. I am beyond blessed. Beyond blessed. So, you know what I mean? I couldn't ask for more. I love the fact that y'all pull up on me every night and watch, and we have a good time and stuff. This has been one of the great joys of my adult life. But I am not going to sit up here and cap for nobody, bro. And I'm telling you right now, bro, if this thing goes left, I'm going to give it time because I got to. Because I think it's foolish not to. But look, there's some things that got to happen. And those things that need to happen need to start this freaking week. It needs to start this week. I'm going to say it 3 times, like Dr. Umar Johnson. It needs to start this week. Thank you. You're here for the abuse and verbal conjecture. Thank you, bro. You damn right. Back in it. Yo, that's right. Beta Max. What you know about Beta Max, Rated Dev? You look too young to know about that. And George Cortinez is here to spread hopium. Great. And bro, these guys, look, when you say this, right, you say, man, I hope the locker room isn't already upset. Bro, these dudes know that is week 4. They're 1-2. Why would they be so upset that things are just going to come off the rails, bro? Yo, you think like competitors don't feel that way? A competitor always feel like they got a shot. These guys still feel like they got a shot. Competitors feel like they have a shot. The thing is this, right? You got to go out there and play a certain way. I don't know if they're particularly mad at the coaches. The coaches know what they're doing. It's the offensive line is the problem, right? So there might be somebody upset. But listen, that all goes part and parcel to the particular player that's messing up. And Lance Smith said Geno was number 3 in passing yards. Yo, bro, all them little metrics don't mean anything to me. Like we talk about Ashton Genty, having, he's 3rd in rushing. I think he's 2nd in rushing when it comes to rookie running backs. Quishon Judkins came out there and cooked, right? Because they got a good line and everything. But, bruh, all these little things are nothing, bruh. It doesn't mean anything. Only thing we here to see is if they can get a couple of wins, bro. They got to get the ball rolling, man. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you. Oh, I didn't even hear that. That's great, man. Appreciate it, man. That line needs to destroy that defensive line at the jump. I'm talking about fight for lives, react. Yeah, that's right. And listen, bro, at the end of the day, bro, I think the I saw the practice. I saw Max walk everybody out. Yo, like, I think they understand how vital this game is, bro. They know what time it is, bro. They know they can't go out there and lay an egg. They cannot go out there and lay an egg, man. They're playing for their lives, bro. And 1 and 2 say, yo, if I was a player risking my life every Sunday, I'd be pissed as F at these decisions being made. But bro, once again, right? Week 1, right? Week 1, they won. We were cool. Week 2, Monday Night Football played against a superior team because the team has more talent, right? The offensive line didn't have as much of a meltdown as they had in Washington, right? But that's a game that, if we're being honest, we red circled them to lose that game. And we red circled them to lose the Washington game. I think the reason why the Washington game really got our ire is because of the fact that, listen, you're going up against Marcus Mariota and not Jaden Daniels. And that was it. And that was it, right? But then we look at the fact that, yo, the line looked horrendous, right? But the defense and the special teams did too, right? And then it's like, yo, they on short rest. And I had to, like, I definitely had to think about it. Now, listen, when Chip Kelly said that, man, it's like, dog, come on. But I understand what he means. Like, just talking about from the way he communicates and stuff, I don't think that he reminds him of Jason Kelce as a player. But Jason Kelce's a beast. And also, Jason Kelce was a guy who people thought was undersized, and he put weight on and he started playing great. Now, with this whole Jordan Meredith thing, they're going to have to live with this. They know that, right? They know that. And guess what? If it doesn't get any better this week, and week after week after week, if it continues to get like this, we're gonna call them out. We're gonna call them out. Like Alex Kappa, all of this stuff. Yeah, Alex Kappa played in the Super Bowl. Hug D's brought that up. I brought that up. But Alex Kappa has been bad for the last couple of years. I think that was a mistake. I think it was a mistake bringing him in. I think there were better options, bro. I think Mekhi Becton and guys like that, and Laramie Tunsil. I wish that the Raiders would have invested a little bit more, especially if they knew that they were going to take a running back. But then there's the financial piece of it. There's getting Max signed. What are we going to do? Yo, this is a program that they're trying to build, and I'm going to give them a chance. But I'm telling you right now, this better not be no dumpster fire. This better not be close to no 4-13, right? These are my ultimatums for me losing my objectivity, right? And then coming into the offseason, them not going out there and cooking the offseason. Telling you right now, yo. Telling you right now, yo. Jay Schrader, man. Yeah, wasted. You see where Lincoln Kennedy was blaming Chip for the O-line problems? Yeah, I saw that. And yo, the thing with me is that he said it's spacing. And he's not the only one who said that. A former tight end for the Washington Commanders spoke about that as well, right? So this is the nuance of the game, bro. This is the nuance of the game, yo. Let's see if it gets fixed, right? Because if it is Chip, there are people in the building like Joe Philbin that can help them fix it. Let's hope that they can fix it. Now, look, this is what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with a team that, when you talk about pass protection, man, pass pro was crazy, right? Like Colt Miller allowed 3 pressures, which, it happens. Dylan Parham gave up a sack and 2 pressures. Jordan Meredith only allowed 1 pressure. Alex Kappa, 3 hits, 7 pressures allowed. Horrendous game. But he's not going to be out there this week, so good. DJ Glaze had an even worse game. 2 sacks, 6 pressures allowed. Yo. So look, the piece of this for me, right, that has been an issue. That's been an issue is trying to evaluate exactly how good DJ Glaze is. That's been something for me that I've been struggling with as well. My guy, Pessimistic Frank, JPJ fully healthy. Get the F out of here, Brennan. You were trash. Bro, let's let him do what he got to do, bro. The nation is upset mainly because we thought we were done with bad football. I read this one. My guy, Mark Henry, my bad, brother. I thought it was a misunderstanding. I'm just saying. Love the Raiders always will. Nah, bro, it's all good, bro. My dog, Abstract Raider, with the $5 holla. I don't know about y'all, but this regime is giving me McDaniels vibes. Thor hiring an experienced head coach. We finally dodged this nonsense shit. I don't think you're getting that, right? Because, look, with Josh McDaniels, there was more JPJ stuff, right? There was more of that. There was, how they wanted Carr to play, right? It was some of the stuff they did with Josh Jacobs, like having him play, in preseason and stuff like that. It was a lot more. It was them getting rid of certain players that didn't need to be gotten rid of. It was them going out there and signing to Chandler Jones, who was washed. And then it was the fact of, some of the ways they were challenging some of these guys. Like, I don't think this is what we're dealing with here. We're not dealing with a Josh McDaniels situation because I think Pete has a really decent relationship, a great relationship with the guys in the team. I think they believe in Pete. I don't think that the air has been sucked out of the building. With Josh McDaniels, you felt immediately. It was like the Patriot way almost. Like, it was like everybody was these nameless, soulless guys. I think Pete is letting them be themselves. That's why they respect and like Pete. I don't think that the morale of the team is out of the building. I just think that the morale of the team is in a situation where they know they need to win. They know they need to win. They are 1-2, bro. They're 1-2. Salute to my guy. Fuck you, my dog, man. Becoming a member of the team, as usual. My dog. I would hate to lose JPJ and get no capital, bro. Like, all of this stuff about JPJ, trading him, this, that, dog, I don't see that happening, bro. And I really don't see this being that. Somebody has to ask Pete if the competition stops on game day. Yeah, man. Listen, bro, I just think that we need more of a sample size to melt down and to jump off of the train tracks right now. We need more of a sample size. But if I'm being honest, I really thought that I wouldn't have to have these conversations, bro. I thought we weren't going to have these kind of conversations, and that's what it is, man. My guy, Raiders C, with the $2 holler, he goes, we're cooked. Let's get angry now. Raiders C, get the F up out of here with your crap. Raiders C, what the man, come on.
Man, you a bitch.
Get the F up out of here, Raiders C. Guys coming here with your nonsense. Shout out to my dog, Raiders C, man. I hate to say this, but as of right now, the offense looked better under Josh McDaniels than Pete Carroll. Bro, I don't know. Like, Geno Smith, it's like third in the league in passing, right? And we had a rookie. We didn't have a rookie running back. We had Josh Jacobs, and he led the league in rushing, right? And we had a better offensive line. And it's look, bro, let's allow this thing to progress. Let's let it progress, man. Toasty Tops, I appreciate your positive mindset on patience with the process wasted, but I just can't get over the decision-making, not being aggressive with signing more O-line play. Yo, and bro, I've taken the team to task for that, but it's just like, bro, like, it's like, yo, man, it's you got to understand from my perspective, right? There are some people who look, man, let's call it what it is, right? And I'm not the one to tell nobody how to go about their business, right? There's some people that'll come on here, right? And they'll just throw baloney against the wall to see if it stick and pause if necessary, right? You got some jokers that come on here and They say fire this one, fire that one, get rid of this one, get rid of that one. You know, then they're all happy. Then they're drinking, they're doing it. Like, bro, a lot of these jokers, man, they don't understand something, bro. I'm telling you, man, I am true to this. I love this. I love this football team and I love this game. I'm not gonna come on here, bro, and just say things to get reactions out of y'all. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to give you information, not affirmation. I'm not here to just get a reaction out of y'all so y'all can, you know, like for real, man. I'm not doing that. We don't do that over here, bro. None of the guys that I pod with and deal with, you know what I'm saying? This is not what we do, bro. We come on here and we tell y'all our honest opinion about what's going on at the time, bro. We don't just fly off the handle to try to manipulate you to do certain things. I'm not engagement farming with my team. I love the team too much. And it's no disrespect to no one else. I'm not doing that. Sometimes, listen, I'm a human being, right? I'm a Raider fan. If I do a show after a blowout loss, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I'm gonna go crazy because I love the damn team. And I'm mad at the time. But yo, few days removed, I gotta give you information. This is what we did today. This is what we did today. And shout out to my guy George Cortinez, man, with the $20 bomb. We have faith, nation. We will win and then do it again and again. It's coming. I feel the pain. We've been doing this too damn long. It's gonna change soon. I hope so, bro. I'm praying for that, bro. I am praying for that. Isaiah said, wasted. You are an alien. You can't fool us. Damn, why gotta be an alien, bro? Jason, it's funny how we go through 5 stages of grief each week. I'm ready to watch him smash the Bears, Raiders, and that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what, yo, look, man, yo, if you true to this, you know what it is, man. Big Al. Bottom line is this team needs to show improvement this upcoming game. Otherwise, it's just going to be a long season. That's a fact, bro. I'm a Bay Area native. My teams are the Giants, Warriors, Raiders. It's been a long road as a fan of all 3 teams, but I know things can change. I see a Super Bowl win before I go. I hope. Raider Bubba, man, I hope so too, brother. Praying, man. Tessa, Wasted is the voice of reason talking off the fans of the edge weekly. I feel you, bro. Just like any relationship. Cold shoulder for a day until we be right back trying to Hug D's. You gotta chill. Hug D's, yo, you are about to get unceremoniously blocked with that comment. Man, what the F is wrong with you?
That's a tutorial that says you know what the fuck you doing.
Oh my God. Hug D's, disgusting work. Get the F out of my chat, Hug D's, with that crap. Oh my God. Yo, where's Demokes at? Damn, Demokes, why I gotta be a lizard person? Demokes, yo, I can't believe you were doing me like this, bro. Joker looking like the man on the Pringles can. Look crazy, man. Yo, Stoic Raider, we finished the quarter season 2-2. It's all good. Gives us confidence moving forward. Stack them. That's how I'm feeling too, bro. That's how I'm feeling too, man. Yo, after this Bears game, we can get this Bears dub. A big game is that damn Colts game. The Colts look pretty damn good, man. The Colts look good. If you can get that win against the Colts, that's a I'm telling you, that's a big win if you can get that one too, man. Jay, man, I'm tired of getting my hopes up every season, only be let down and watching Housewives shows with the wife by week 6. Yeah, we all are, bro. We all are, man. But look, don't worry, man. Listen, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, bro, is and I know this is a family show. Children, cover your ears. Let me tell you something, man. There is some premium ass on that show, brother. Especially Portia. I will watch anything Portia is on. Portia is ridiculous looking. Oh my God, yo. Simple AF. You only get mad about what you care about. I love that so many people are heated. It proves how big the nation is. That's a fact, bro. That is a fact. Was that Monday Night Football First play, Geno throws a pick. Last play, first pick, Debo almost takes it to the house. It's the first play against the Bears. It's bad. You know, you have an idea of how the rest of the game is going to go. I'm sorry, bro. I believe the Chargers high is eventually going to crumble back down with the injuries piling up each year. We would hope so, right? We would hope so, man. DB King Dion, man. Pete saying JPJ got to compete with Alice Kappa. Out of all people, it's hilarious. Yeah, that's the one thing that still raises an eyebrow for me, bro. So, like, my thing is that the fact that he's calling JPJ out to compete, bro, that's the only thing was like, I need clarification on that. Like, why doesn't Dylan Parham have to compete? I really want to trust the process, but Pete telling us JPJ back at center is absolutely not, shows me a certain mindlessness. And that he might be setting his ways to adapt this week. Bro, I think that early in the season, I get it, right? They've been working on it all season, like he said, right? So it is very, very early in the season. But, you know, if this thing comes off the tracks and or Meredith or somebody gets nicked up and they have to shuffle the line and he's still against it, that'll be an issue for me. But hearing a lot of what Chip Kelly was talking about, right? With the way, you know, the information is being divvied out to the rest of the offense, it makes sense to me if that's the way they see him, bro. Telling you right now, yo. Late show rated, bro. We never beat the Bears. The way we look, I do not see it changing. And to top it off, we can't beat NFC North teams, bro. Look, man. Let's cancel it, man. Man, I can't think of at least 3 more things off the top. All very basic pigskin 101 stuff. And that's, bro, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, it's on JT's channel. Go on JT the Brick. You know, I call in, you know, going over there. You'll see it. I'm on normally at the end of the show. Steve Wisniewski was on today. Go support JT, man. My guy, George Cortinez, man. What is it with that? He said, absolutely not. That's not true competition, but that's okay. He knows better than me. But, bro, I think that when you're a head coach and you spend an off season and you guys have a plan in place, you got to give it a certain amount of time to see whether it works, right? I don't know if 2 weeks is enough, right? Because last week, JPJ didn't play. So let's see what happens this week. Let's see what happens this week, man. Yo, my guy, Joe Rock, make or break game for Pete's O-line experiment. It might be to us, right? Right. I think it's a make or break game for Pete's O-line experiment based off of how we feel about it, right? And whether we're going to be receptive to it. But this O-line, no matter which way you slice it, no matter who's playing in what iteration, guard, center, what, they need to play better as a whole, right? But this JPJ Meredith thing, we're focused on that, but we're not focused on Parham and DJ Glaze. They're not playing well, bro. They're not playing well, and they're not playing well. It don't matter. Story said Pete and JPJ were shoving each other around practice just now. Looks like the vibes are cool for now. Nick, Pete has his plan. He's proven he can win. Let him cook. If it fails, it's on him. And bro, that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. But the thing is, yo, I think it's a lot better to take this approach with Pete than you would take that approach with a guy like McDaniels. Because this is a guy that we know can coach. We know he's a Hall of Fame coach. We understand that's something that you can't be debated. That's something that can't be debated. Let's relax. Let's pray for rain. Let's hope that this team can get it together and win that game. Hey, guys, listen, man. I'm going to get out of here. I think it's time to pull the train back into the train station. I think it's time, yo. I think it's time. He said, fumble the fingers, proofread, whatever. It's all good. I think it's time to pull the train into the train station. Guys, I hope this was a terrific show. I hope you enjoyed it. I just hope that, right? Nightmare Raider Podcast. If it's an issue of making calls at the line, maybe the system is too complicated. We need to simplify. The best systems put players in their natural roles and utilize their skill set. bro, I will say this, and I don't know if you heard me at the beginning of the show. I was about to get out of here, but last year, Andre James was here, and in the beginning of the season, JPJ, they viewed him as a guard as well, right? Then he had to argue with Antonio Pierce to play center. And you had a situation where, you know, they probably simplified things, whatever, right? You can't ask, you know, these guys to simplify their system for one player, bro. One monkey don't stop the show. You can't ask them to do that, bro. Last year, it's a 4-13 team, right? They're throwing baloney against the wall to see if it stick. You had injuries. You had a lot of different things that happened. So he had to play center out of necessity, and sometimes it looked good, right? And sometimes it looked good into the wrong times. Like, I'm going to give you an example, the Kansas City game. We lost that game because of a critical mistake by Jackson Powers Johnson. And there's no disrespect to Jackson Powers Johnson, but I understand the coaches finding an issue with that. So, guys, let's hope this team can get this dub. We praying for a win. We're not going to be super negative. We broke this thing down, right? Raiders have to be able to be successful running the football. The Bears have a terrible run defense. The Raiders are a decent defense, but they do get after the passer. Hit Caleb Williams. You hit Caleb Williams, guess what? He starts making mistakes. Raiders got to get turnovers. I'm telling you right now, you guys will see me. We will keep breaking this stuff down. You're going to see me after the game. Guys, have a terrific, terrific night. We are out of here, man. Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent, man. Good night. And yo, blessings, y'all. Peace.